All right, seniors, welcome back. I know that you have all used Schoology for many years and you feel like you know where everything is, but I'm still going to give you a little tour of what things are going to look like when you come back because I have rearranged things just a little bit to try to make it easier since we're now doing all online learning. So when you go to our class page on Schoology, this is a teacher edition or view, so it's going to look a little different. Like there's some things that you won't have, but in general, it should look familiar. So when you go to the AP Lit page, here's a super cool welcome back video. Mostly this explains what's happening with the AP test. So you might want to take a look at that. It's going to be important to know because they are still offering the test and you want to know what that looks like. The next thing you'll see is our agenda. So notice this has changed a little bit. So it'll still have our learning targets, like what are we trying to do today? We're going to pick up again with Invisible Man, and I'll talk about that in just a second. The next thing is it's going to show you today's plan and then where to find things because that part's going to be important and a little different. So like this video that you're watching right now is linked right here. And then most things are going to be in the what I've decided to call the pandemic plans folder. And there will be a separate agenda in there for you that will give you more detail. And I'll show you this just a second. But it's going to give you more detail about what we're doing on that day and give you links to finding everything. The other thing is instead of homework, I'll be posting what virtual meetings are available. So for example, on Monday, March 30th, we have a class discussion scheduled from 2:15 to 3 o'clock. And I'll talk about that in just a second. Where it says join here, there's no link right now, but normally this is where you would get the link to the Google Meets session for our class discussion. On days that we don't have class discussions, I might have office hours. So the links to sign up for that would be there for you. On Fridays, for example, I don't think I have anything. So this would just be like how to get help on that day since there are no virtual meetings happening. So our agenda, it's still kind of the same, but it's going to look a little different. But that will be right on the homepage for you. Then what you're going to notice is right now you can't see my pandemic plans folder, but this will go live on Monday. We're not allowed to post anything until then. So pretty much everything that we start from March 30th all the way through April, since we're online right now through May 5th at the earliest, everything's going to be in here. It made more sense for my brain to have it all in one spot so that I could organize it and you could find everything easier. Yes, I know that means kind of Invisible Man is split up. If that is driving you crazy or it's not making sense, let me know and I can reorganize. But for me, it just felt easier to start with a separate folder. So when you open this up, like I said, you can't see any of this now, but it'll be live on Monday. You're going to see tons of, and don't get overwhelmed. This isn't all for Monday, but you'll see tons of choices and folders. Here's your daily agenda. So I'm going to show you really quick what this looks like. And it's also, we'll go through some of the things that are changing. So, has a little welcome back, unit plans. So your first thing, this is your sort of welcome. There's a new reading schedule, and notice if it's underlined like this, the color changes, but I tried to link them all. So like, for example, you can click, and then here is the new reading schedule. I did it on a calendar. Again, that's just something that's easier for my brain, so that you can find everything. So links will be here. Here's the new plan for the brawl. You'll be able to look at this because we will not be doing meetings or discussions the way we were going to, and you can look here for that. Ways to get help. Email. I'll get there quickly. There will be 2 different discussions. Or excuse me, no, there's just one. Sorry, I was thinking about my other class. So I also have a discussion post. Let me show you. This is basically if you read something and you're like, I don't understand what this means, post it here. I think it's important that your classmates can see too, because they might have the same question and just not feel comfortable asking yet. So this will be posted here. I will respond every day, throw a question up there. I'll get back to you on what the answer is if you are confused. So we'll go back to this. The other thing you can do is I will have office hours. These are on Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. And here there'll be a sign up sheet. You just need to know by 10:30 so that I can get the link to you. I'll email it to you. But Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to noon, so you can sign up for your spot. If you want to do a Zeitgeist meeting, this would be the way to do it. So these are the times. I don't anticipate my freshmen using this very much. I mean, technically it's for my freshmen too, but I don't see them wanting to do this. This to me seems primarily if you have questions about your Zeitgeist is what I would imagine most people are using it for. But also if you just are looking at anything, you're like, I need help with this, or I want to look at my paper together because I can throw it up on a screen and we can work on it together. These would be virtual meeting times. So, and that's why, like I said on that AP Lit page, it'll tell you if it's just a day for office hours in case you forget things. I forget everything. So all of that's here. All of it's linked here. You should be able to find it. Class discussions. So again, we are going to have class discussions on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's going to be whole class. So fourth and sixth hour together. Directions, I'm going to let you go through it. But they're here. Our first one will actually be Monday, today, if you're reading it today, 2:15 to 3 o'clock. This week, I'm going to let them be optional. See what you need help with. We'll pick up if I see that people are really struggling or that people really aren't understanding things and we need it. We'll come back and those might become required. But right now, they're going to be optional. You can pick. Again, directions are here. That link will always be on the agenda page here. I'll probably post it about 2 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays, which are the days we have the discussions. So just know like that link won't be live until it's ready to actually go for the day. The other thing you'll find in this as we go through it is then this is what you're going to want to look for every day. This will be your daily agenda. So for example, today, you find today's date, you're going to read chapter 4. I put like a reading guide. So it gives you questions, backgrounds, maybe extra links if you need them that you can try. This might also be a good gauge if you need help, right? Like maybe you look at these guiding questions and you're like, I don't know the answer to any of these. Then that probably means it's time to come into one of those class discussions and make sure that you're on track. So here will be your reading, and then here's your assignment. So your assignment for Monday is easy. Participate in the online discussion if you haven't already. This is what was assigned on that Friday before we left. So I think as of right now, about 13 people have that done. I'm guessing because you weren't sure if you still had to do it. So that will be your assignment for that day. This is all the further your version of this goes right now. I don't want you working ahead just because you've got a lot to adjust to and figure it out. And I want to try to control how much you have to worry about at any one time. Know that just like this, guiding questions, like they'll always be linked here. So like I can move ahead and you'll see like here's your assignment will always be linked. So you shouldn't have to go find things, but if you do, just know they'll always also be, so like everything that's linked in this is also down here. Like I said, this isn't all for the first day. You don't have to worry about this all at once. A couple other things I want you to pay attention to. So here's the weekly discussion information. This is going to be important. Take a look at this. It goes over dates and times that we'll meet, etiquette, wear clothes, participate as you need. Feel free to bring your dog, whatever works for you. This is the discussion, this is where you will resubmit any late work or if you want to resubmit anything. Yes, you can resubmit or reload things into the same Dropbox. I will be able to see multiple versions. So just like those of you did when you redid your satire paper. That's why, though, I really need to make sure your documents are named so I know what I'm grading. I will, if I need to, upload or create a media file. So if you have things that you need to grade, but it was done on paper, so like if you have poems that you have annotated now, for now, just email those to me. But if I'm getting a lot of them, I might create a media file and then you could just take pictures and upload it that way. We'll decide what works. If you're noticing that it would be really nice to have that, just shoot me an email. I can be flexible and I can add that. So here's resubmission and late work Dropbox. Anything basically from before this unit needs to go here. The next thing is, yes, you are still doing your mini literary analysis papers. I know a lot of people may have been hoping that disappeared. It hasn't, especially because with what the AP test is doing, you need this now more than ever. So your drop boxes are here. We are using turnitin.com now, which is a new program. For some of you might have had a teacher who used it last year. I'm trying to think in 11th grade who had access to it. Youngquist, maybe Brooks. I don't know. If you haven't used it before, there is a really short video here explaining how Turnitin works. It is a plagiarism checker, but it also is much more feedback friendly than Schoology is for getting new feedback. So I'm excited that we have this to use. So for those of you who've already turned in your first one, I have your grades if you don't know what they are, because those were done on paper. I can email them to you. But otherwise, so if you've already turned in one, skip this, and then here are your other drop boxes for you. Other than that, in here, here's the discussion on a daily basis. If you have questions, that will be in here. All of these things won't be open at once. I will be opening them up as you need them, again, just to keep you from being overwhelmed. I am going to try my best not to give you a ton of videos to watch. I guess if you want videos, I can do that. But I know that when I do things, I'll be honest, if I have to watch a video, I don't always watch them. I skim. So I want to keep this manageable for you. If something's not working, or if you have an idea that would work better for your class, don't be afraid to shoot me an email and let me know. AP is hard. It's hard to do it online, especially through distance, especially because our class was so discussion based. That's why we're doing this. If you need more discussions, again, we can always do those things. So that's where to find everything. Let me know if you have any other questions or if you need anything. I guess the last thing I want you to know is, even though we're at a distance, we're far away right now, just know that I'm still here for you if you need anything. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're stressed about college, if you're stressed about, track and baseball season not happening, whatever it is, those feelings are valid. I'm here to listen. I've already gotten a few emails from students who just need to talk or let off steam. I'm not going to see your faces every day, but that doesn't mean I'm not here if you need anything. So welcome back to school. I look forward to at least having some virtual, meetings with you guys and being able to get back to some kind of new normal for the next month. So